Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Old man Floyd just graduated college.
Graduated college. Big boy.
Big boy. So we celebrating. We're drinking champagne.
Champagne.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Cooper.
He was also.
Welcome to the party.
He was at my graduation
Yeah,
yesterday.
you got to see him.
I got to see him. His daughter graduated from CU also, so I got to take some pictures with him.
Congrats.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so we had, so far, the most epic, challenging leg in Team Fun history.
Yep.
In Greece.
Yep. And they, they made it seem way more stress-free than it actually was.
Ripped the clue in Venice.
Yes.
We're feeling good. We're in
Yes.
second place.
Yep.
We took that charter flight, which was so
Nice.
crush-like.
They gave us so many sweets and candy, though, and we're like, we probably shouldn't eat
Yeah.
this if we're...
Jars of candy.
Yeah, literally all the sweets.
Pastries on platters. Champagne and alcohol, and another one of those times with like the balance of do we just indulge or do we, like,
or are they like trying to get us to like be sluggish?
The ferry ride was fun and pretty and
Yeah.
just really long.
Yeah,
we played cards.
Yeah, I slept in a staircase with Scott.
Yeah,
it was like
it's hard to sleep on that
because they didn't like it was just chairs. It's kind of like an airplane but a ferry, right? If you've been on a ferry before, so there were no beds. So everyone was like sleeping on the floor in all the staircases, in the kitchen, or like the dining area.
People were passed out everywhere.
Yeah, so you just like had to find a place to sleep. So me and Scott just slept in this like. Where did you sleep?
I slept on a bench in the dining hall.
There you go.
Get off the ferry, and it's a self-drive leg, and we knew that. And we were expecting a stick shift at some point in this race, and we got it. And stick shift was one of the things that I was not fully proficient at, though I was always practicing before the race because I knew, obviously. And so when we first got in the car, and we stuck with our, like, Floyd's navigating, Becca's driving, it's been working, we're not going to change it now.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that London and Logan couldn't figure out how to put the car in reverse, which we later figured out by Floyd's genius, was that you actually have to push it in to get it into reverse, but like on the little symbol it said R was like, you know, where first gear was, same place. And so I think I was trying to start the car in third gear instead of in first gear.
That's why we stalled out a lot initially, which caused us to get a little bit behind in the beginning. So here's what happened. The road's straight and the bridge is to the left. So it's not like, it's obviously not just like a left turn to the bridge. There's this place where you have to turn off to the right, and it's a giant roundabout loop to get to the bridge on the left. So we basically missed that roundabout loop, probably like 30 feet right after that turn off. There's like this like toll checkpoint area, and there's a security guard. And we were like, how do we get to the bridge? And he's like, oh, we just got it right there. Just like that's the turn off right there. And I was like, can we just make a U-turn here and like turn around? And he's like, no, you cannot. And we're like, no, can we just
like please
just let us turn around?
There's plenty of space.
It's so much. It was not like, and there was not
just cones.
There was not a lot of traffic
just
at
cones.
all in Greece. Yeah. And he's like, no, you can't. You have to go down, and there won't be another place to turn around for another 20 kilometers.
I was so stressed during that whole time, and we finally get to the end of the 20 kilometers, and security pulls us over. Our security, like the race security team, pulls us over and says, "You were speeding through construction. Sit here for 10 minutes."
Because you get you can get a speeding penalty on the Amazing Race if you speed. They never show it. They never show it on TV though. So if you get a speeding penalty, basically like it just makes it look like you were that much more lost. And it was easy to speed, like because those roads were so open,
on the road.
So open, like no drivers whatsoever.
It started to lighten up a bit once we were finally back on the right track.
Yeah.
And as you saw, a great sense of ease washed over Team Fun.
That's when we got to the bridge.
When we got to the bridge.
There are two Arahovas in Greece, and I think you heard Tara say it either on the show or in the extra. But so there's an Arahova directly to the north of the bridge, probably like 10 miles, and then there was the Arahova 90 more miles east. And so we were like, no, it's this one. But like, whenever you ask a local about Arahova, they never, because we had a map, they never talk about the one there. They always talk about like the Arahova 90 miles to the east. We were sure other teams were lost too, because like Panama, for example, right? Like, got so lost in Panama, but we were second somehow, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're lost, but like,
we can't be in last.
Yeah.
Team Fun last place? No.
Team Fun U-turned? No,
never.
U-turn us.
Never. Who would do that? Nope. So we finally get to this mountaintop in Arahova, and we see Mike and Liz. As we're driving up the hill, we see them with the donkey. And we're like, oh my gosh, Mike and Liz, another team. This is amazing, but we're behind them. Not amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We park, we see where you turned, I scream profanities, but we're like, whatever. We're gonna get to experience twice as much of Arahova as every other team, except for Mike and Liz. Yeah. So whatever.
So we decided to do For the Bride first.
So we miss the sneaky cheese lady, and we find the second cheese lady.
To explain why we missed the first cheese lady. So like as you saw, there was a route. Like there are arrows pointing the direction of your way through the streets and alleys of Arahova. The arrows basically pointed you all the way to the second cheese lady. The first cheese lady, there was like an arrow that pointed directly to the left at one point, but to the right was the first cheese lady. So we actually completely missed her the first time.
We didn't see her.
Yeah, and the milk was constantly falling off our donkey also.
Yeah, because once we got rid of one milk, now you can't just like let it be on one side.
So I think I stayed back and like
stabilized.
Basically held it.
But that thing was falling off all the time.
Mm-hmm. So then we run, get to the stairs, and then we both had to pee really badly at this point, right?
I peed before the race.
Because it said that there's a new race that starts every 5 minutes. So Becca went to pee. Where we went to pee there was only one bathroom, so I decided to hold it because I was panicked that we would miss the start of the next race. We wouldn't have. I had plenty of time to pee. Dudes tend to pee faster than girls. I would have been fine. I'm a very efficient peer. So I just waited at the start line. She came back. You see her walking up, and that's where she was coming from peeing. And then probably 30 seconds after you came, boom. So then, what you see in the show is we're sprinting up the stairs, and we actually, overall, I think we did much better than Liz and Michael.
Oh, well, of course. They stopped. Who stops during a race?
Yeah, but what I was surprised at is they showed me getting ahead and wow, Floyd's really killing it, and for the first third of it, but then 2 seconds after that, I tripped. So then the guy and Becca both get ahead of me. And then
Floyd's all fours.
And then I stand up, my legs are shot. So I'm because I was skipping stairs, and then I was nope, just one by one, and then nope, crawl. Also, the guy, the other guy was only there to make us fatigue. So I think the purpose of him being there was for us to not
set
casually,
a fast pace.
Yeah, not
he just was there to set the pace and kind of make us sprint through.
Yeah, and we did, and then
which we did, yeah. But we went fast.
Yeah, either way, we probably still
jelly legs. Fast. Yeah, Floyd's I'm lightheaded. I can't feel my legs. I'm dying. And I was like, Floyd, you got this. Just keep on. Deep breaths.
Okay. Okay. Give me my coat.
The drums, to be coming up the top of the stairs to this intense drumming was just this
insane.
Such an amazing race experience of intensity.
We knew we had to.
We read on the clue. Floyd read this.
I read that a goat each, so I was so Becca got her goat.
No, it said bring the gifts.
Gifts. Is that what it said?
To the groom. It didn't say a goat each or anything. It was cryptic.
Oh wow!
It said gifts to the groom.
Oh, I guess either way. I didn't realize
there's only one gift. Can we get the other?
Yeah. So then I got the second goat.
Well, I got the big mean goat.
Yeah, he was kicking constantly, nibbling on my ear, which was cute, but also oh my gosh.
Floyd I could just look back at him in his face. It's still kind of in the smile formation, but just exhausted. He's struggling so hard. Yeah. And we're walking, and at this point, I'm kind of in really we need to be pushing ourselves to the maximum.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse at this point to be going slowly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, Floyd, can you run, please? Can we run with our goats? And these goats are bouncing on our shoulders.
Yeah.
And the camera guy was actually whoa, that's a live animal on your back.
It was one of the producers. He was one of the producers who was hey, don't run with the animals that's abusing or something.
We're
oh, sorry. So we
sorry.
kind of stopped. We sped walk at that point.
Very excited.
And then what we didn't realize until we watched the show is that you heard Mike and Liz say they brought both goats down.
They were right there.
They were right there. We didn't know that. And so we because we figured they had already left. And then I had to pee. So I go pee while Becca dances in the wedding. She's really, you have to pee now? And I was like, yes.
Because I remember that scene of the two ladies who lost because she had to pee.
Yeah, literally in the car ride on the way to Athens, our camera guy is Floyd, has anyone ever been eliminated from the Amazing Race for having to pee? And I was like, yes, they have. Yep. don't talk about that right now. So I was thinking about that for the rest of the life.
Yeah. So we're driving through beautiful countryside, but the whole time, we're not having our conversation is mostly just based around keeping ourselves positive, wondering if Mike and Liz have already done their speed bump. We don't even know if they have already done it yet.
Yeah.
And just confidence building.
Because it was definitely one of the hardest time.
just
so far.
because
Yeah.
it was so slow. Like those are the moments that you don't see on the actual show where it's like for hours at this point we're just like in this state of uncertainty and unknown and stress. Found a human at a gas station and we had her write down the place where we were going
In Greek.
in the Greek word
Yeah.
lettering, which was absolutely paramount information because they don't put English on Greek signs.
No. It's like half of them, well, it was half and half. So half of them were all in Greek, the other half were like the English word or the Greek word with the English under it. It was kind of cool because like as a math major, like we use Greek symbols all the time. So like I knew like theta, the TH was like theta, and like I like knew certain things, but like overall like I couldn't read
It's
the
a
words.
weird language.
Yeah.
Like things that look like A's aren't pronounced like A's.
Yeah.
We came up with our own. And we were like, we're going to Aquabobble. Aquabobble.
We get to Athens. Athens is big, by the way, and we're trying to find the.
And now we're in the city.
Yeah,
and it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. And we're trying to find the Panathenaic Stadium. So eventually, we get on the right street. So here's what happens: we're driving down this main stretch of road in Athens, and so the stadium's like on our right, in the direction we were going. We saw this like structure to the left that almost looked like the Acropolis, but I don't think it was quite the Acropolis.
Yeah.
It was like on a hill, and we were like, that looks stadium-ish. So we like were U-turning, and you're right, as we were U-turning, I look out the window and I see the clue box, and I was like, there it is, that's it.
I mean, it was a humongous lit up stadium.
Yeah.
Like you could not miss this thing.
But we did the first time.
And this is I think when I was most frustrated with Floyd because I like I said, I'm not great at driving stick shift. I'm focusing on gear 1, gear 2, gear 3. I mean, every single time I get to another gear, this is like victory.
And I totally missed it.
And like obviously driving in foreign land, not crashing. And Floyd is the one who's supposed to be the eyes. And so I was definitely frustrated with Floyd at that point that we missed the stadium.
Yeah, and that's when you see us do that, like have that little argument of like,
are you sure it's right?
And I was like, yes, it's right. And that's why, because you were like, you missed the
I
stadium.
thought it was left. For whatever reason, my amazing directional skills were telling me that it was to the left.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, are you sure?
I was like, no, Becca, it's to the right. It's to the right. Because I was like, no, it's to the right. And we had to like back up. And, like,
yeah, literally, like, because you saw the road, I like went past it to back up and like cut in. It was like, sorry. And then I had like this like swearing moment where I said like all the swear words in my vocabulary in a row.
Yep. Alphabetically.
Yeah. and the camera guy was like, whoa.
I was just like,
didn't
all
see
right,
that coming.
all right. What do we see, Becca, when we sprint up to the stadium, Becca?
An untouched speed.
And we're like, oh my gosh, we beat them to Athens. Holy mother of food. It was the greatest. But, so, because a lot of times...
That was the most victorious victory lap.
So a lot of times you think, wow, they make it seem a lot closer than it actually was. Here's the thing. So we start our lap, speed bump clue's still there. When we're running around the track, we finish, all happy. We read our clue to go to the Zappian. The speed bump clue is gone. It's gone. And the lap around the track probably took like two minutes.
A few minutes,
yeah, not that long. So we're like, holy, they're right here. And that was like so real. We have to ask directions to where this place is. So we see this like food cart. And we're like, oh, I feel like that's a local. They're probably over here. So we like get halfway to the food cart. We're like, that's Mike and Liz. Nope.
That's the speed bump.
Nope. So that's how close it was. It was actually very close. And then the roadblock clue says, who wants to take a step in time? And like looking back, like that challenge, like
we decided Floyd would do dancing challenges.
yeah. So like it would have been my thing. But here's the thing. So they don't show you. We were told before the race that you each had to do 4 roadblocks by leg 9, which was the next one.
Which is why Matt had to do this one.
Yeah. And then you also recall that we got to skip a roadblock in Norway because we did the fast forward. So I was currently at 3 roadblocks and Becca was at 2. So if she did a third, then we could have the liberty of choosing whichever one would do the roadblock in leg 9 in Hanoi. Well, we didn't know it was Hanoi at that time, but who would do the next roadblock in case it perfectly catered to one of us. Whereas if I had done the roadblock, I would have been maxed out, and then she would have only had 2. So if the challenge was like, who's black and likes math, she would have had to do it. And we were like, dang it. But Becca's also very musical. She's very rhythmical. We knew she would be able to do it. You know what I mean? So that's why we were like, okay, Mike and Liz are not here yet. Strategically, especially for the future of our race, we think it's best if she did it, and that's why she did it. What was interesting, I thought it was going to be aired for sure, is while Becca was doing the roadblock, Mike and I had this like heart to heart. So he was like, "You're a great kid. If there's anyone I had to get eliminated to, it'd be you." And that's honestly why I was tearing up. is because Mike was like just saying all these nice things about me. He's like, you're about to be eliminated from the one of us are about to be eliminated from the Amazing Race, but we like loved each other so much. We're like, it's been real. You know what I mean?
And as we were leaving, Mike gave me a big hug and said something along the same lines.
Like, you guys got this.
Like,
and we were like,
go ahead and win this race.
Yeah, it's like we were like so sad, especially when he said like it's an honor to be eliminated against you. Like that's what got me. I was like, dang.
We took our taxi to the Acropolis. That is the Pantheon built for Athena.
Yeah. Also, we were one of the only teams who taxied to it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought they had to run to it, but we just took a taxi, and it was
like really
fast.
So right this way.
Apparently, Matt and Redmond actually ran around it for. They told
4
us
miles.
4 miles. The camera guys actually like mapped it out. They ran 4 miles when it was only like a mile, maybe.
Yeah.
So they got really lost.
And we got there, and at the most exhausted we've ever been on the mat. And just feeling like and Phil for the first time pointed out my shirt. Are we lucky or what? This is a family saying, and boy, did we feel lucky or what?
Yeah, that's how Team Fun survived
Greece.
Yeah.
The epic saga of Greece.
The epic. That's our Greek mythology story.
Yeah.
Write that in your textbooks. The myth of Team Fun.
The myth of Team Fun.
And the 254 stairs.
Yes.
So
thanks for watching our recap.
Thanks for watching our recap. We'll try to respond to some. This was really long, so we're gonna have to cut the question part. But we'll respond.
Phil, what do you have to say about this? Well, I think that Team Fun really pulled through on this one, didn't you, Team Fun?
Need more of an accent.
Oh, I feel like my accent's a little bit too British.
Just make it British.
Oh,
it's settled New Zealand anyway.
Okay. The Amazing Race has been a really tough one for you, haven't it, Team Fun? And we said,
yeah, Phil, it was rough, but we pulled through, Phil. We're really lucky, Phil.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Try that again. That was so Scottish.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Go back to British.